APC has set out that they want to bring as many governors on board. And so asking Governor Fubara to move and defect to the APC is a national strategy. And for the president, so far so good. At a national level, nobody has a problem with that. Where the problem is who is the one doing the recognition, and does it stand by law? As far as I know, as long as that case is on, or for which it's at the appeal court now, but there was a high court judgment that totally removed this structure of the APC. As long as that stands, anything they're doing is illegal.
So let me understand the conundrum. You want to run in 2027?
Oh, definitely.
So you're going to be running against 001?
Definitely, against 001. For 001 is illegal right now. If 001 comes to where I stand and all of that, then it will be a discussion of both.
So you can concede for 001 if it comes to you?
No, if it comes.
Yeah, so if it doesn't pass corner,
come and do it straight.
Come and do it straight. So
let us sit down and
you are ready to negotiate with 001.
But that's what politics is.
Okay.
As long as it is properly done.
Number two, all of this, have you expressed these grounds to President Tinubu?
No, not yet. And with President Tinubu, the minute I'm able to then sit down with him, these are the things that we're going to take.
Okay. So third point is, the leader of the APC, Tonye. But I thought that was the same leader that him and Nyesom Wike were chummy at a point.
Very chummy. They're still a chummy.
They are still chummy, but he was the one that lifted the hands of 001 up.
Somebody gave him instructions. So counter instructions. But the first aspect of it is that you can be a masquerade wearing a mask. Underneath, you haven't changed. You are the same person. Tonye Cole is very, very PDP. Was PDP before. I don't know, APD, APC, whatever it is in Rivers State. He has not changed his color. He just changed and claimed to become the leader or the chairman of the APC.
So who is the factional chairman of APC?
Emeka Beke.
So it's a Emeka Beke faction that you are part of.
No, but that's where we started. And you cannot change that. Emeka Beke was a proper congress was carried out. That congress recognized him until Nyesom Wike came into the picture after the election. And suddenly, Emeka Beke is no longer
speaking
recognized.
of Mr. Nyesom Wike, I heard you took a very good friend, Mr. Nyesom Wike, to court.
Yeah, I did.
You want to collect 40 billion from him because he revealed some things about you. He talked about a particular phone call, that you were, not straightforward. You want to clarify what you talked about there?
First of all, the matter is in court. And so let's leave the matter in court. But secondly, the man is known to hyperbole. And so
he said he put that phone on speaker.
No problem now.
Did you actually quickly flip, like he said?
But that is absolute bull. Sincerely. It is very wrong to say it, and he knows the truth. That is definitely not what happened. The truth is that did not happen.
That call never happened?
No.
Or that what you said on the call
never happened.
Okay, the call never happened.
Never happened.
Mr. Cole, where are the people of Rivers State in all of this? Do you think that they are getting a good deal from the government of the day or from the political leaders that are currently on the stage in Rivers State?
I think the people of Rivers State are the victims here. They always have been the victims and are the victims. I don't think they're getting a good deal. Because of the turmoil in Rivers State development has been stalled. As we speak, since the governor came back into office, legitimately brought back by the end of the emergency rule, very little development has happened. We are back to political fighting. Reuben, since the day this government came in, this particular government till today, Rivers State has regressed in development, has regressed in every indices that you can think about. And this is not right. And the people who are suffering are the people. It must end.
Okay, since you touched on the emergency rule and the appointment of a temporary administrator under an administration of a party that you belong to, what's your assessment of that? Because a number of Rivers people have said that it didn't all go well. I mean, the court has ruled on that, but your assessment of that, even the accountability, the call for accountability by Ibokete Ibas, saying that how did he spend Rivers people's money? Was the security situation serious enough to have had that period of time? How did it impact on governance for the Rivers people? Because at the end of the day, what you're pushing for is the core, the people themselves. So what's your assessment of that? Should have been in place in the first place?
You know, we've been on air and on record that I did not think it was a necessary action at the time that it happened. We were not in that level of crisis to demand a state of emergency. However, the president had the right to declare it, and I never doubted that aspect of it. What was my question was it a necessary action? Was that the last cause? So it was a very political decision, which ended up saving Governor Fubara from being impeached at the time. So this was extremely political dealing, and the people of Rivers State had nothing to do with it. Who suffered at the end of the day? It was the people of Rivers State, because during that time, development as you know it politically and all of that did not cease, just was put on hold. Then it lifted, and then we came back. And you expect that we are going to move forward. Where are we? Right back to where we started.
So I can see you support the state of emergency because you have a good relationship with President Tinubu, which a lot of people felt was an aberration, shouldn't have been done. If President Tinubu says, Tonye, work with Wiki, would you do it?
It depends on whether or not work with Wiki means that... No, it depends on whether work with Wiki means that the people, for once, are going to be at the center of it. But if you work with Wiki, if work with Wiki means that continue what we're seeing, no, I won't do
so
it.
That means you don't have qualms with working with Wiki.
No, I don't. Look,
if President Tinubu says you should work with Wiki, despite all that has transpired in the past.
Okay, and a good question. I don't have qualms working with anybody as long as what we're doing is putting aside some very, very petty grievances to ensure that we are focusing on the development of the state. Rivers State requires the involvement of every single person for us to develop. We've hit a 20-year regression. For us to move forward, the Wikis, the Sims, the Amichis, the Celestine Omeyas, the Secondus, including the kings like Asari and all of them, all must be on the table.
So for you, it's President Tinubu say so, as long as, because normally, if nobody says it, unlike President, you will not be able to work with Wiki. But now, if President Tinubu says it, because you are very loyal to President Tinubu.
A good point.
But in all of this, what has your loyalty to President Tinubu given you? You've been vying for this since 2019. We know what happened in 2019. They've schemed you out. We know what happened in 2023. And you are continuing the path of loyalty. The same loyalty that you did to President Tinubu once Wiki delivered Rivers for him. Wiki said he was going to put his own person there. I mean, he was going to deliver his own person, and he did deliver his own person. So this your loyalty to President Tinubu, you just defended him on an issue, but a lot of people will disagree with you and say, should we defend him on the state of emergency? Because the state of emergency was not to save the impeachment. That's the government narrative. The state of emergency was President Tinubu talked far as a politician to give himself options. Because if he had impeached Fubara, he will only have one option to work with, that was a Wiki. But today, he wants to become a beautiful bride because he has two of them to work with. So he's playing God now. Two of them can fight themselves over him. Last minute, he'll pick who he wants to work with. So it was about his decision in the end. But you, with this loyalty, what has this loyalty given you?
Beautiful question. First of all, I agree. So first of all, as to the reasons behind why President Tinubu did a state of emergency and what has been pushed forward, I cannot answer to that because I don't know. He alone can answer to that. However, the question that you ask is that we must begin to show very steadfast issues around politics. For me, I stand on the truth, which is that this is the journey with which we are started. And I'm not going to move just because of, I'm not serving any individual. I came.
And what about your Amici?
Amici is in ADC. He left. Did I follow him? No.
But he was your first political benefactor.
Yeah, because I keep saying that somebody is going to bring you into politics.
So you left Amici now for President Tinubu?
No, not for President Tinubu.
No, because you're loyal to President Tinubu.
No, please, let's understand it.
Yeah.
I stayed in APC because I believe 100% that I have a voice in the APC. We must be able to push APC forward in the way that it should be done correctly.
Will
not the way we're
what you
saying
have
it.
done to Amici be called betrayal?
No,
Really?
absolutely
A
not.
man
Okay.
that fought for you.
Absolutely not.
We need to wrap up now. But one question, brief answer, short. Will you say that the people of Rivers State have an alternative? After all, democracy is about choice.
Beautiful question.
Because when we talk about APC, we make it look like the people are in fact totally helpless and they are under the yoke of APC in Rivers State.
I am the alternative.
But you are in APC.
I am. You see, it's not a party. You said, do they have an alternative? And I said, I am the alternative in APC. Because right now, until others declare, I think there are only two people that have declared that they're going to run. One is Sim Fubra, who is, he hasn't even declared that he wants to run, but he has made every indication that he's interested. I am the second one. Until we have other options, it's two of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tonye Cole, for joining us on the morning show.